Hello, I am James Harris, Senior Lecturer in Modern European History at the School of History in the University of Leeds. And in this short video, I want to tell you about a web-based primary source for the study of the Soviet Union under Stalin. Now, teaching as I do the Soviet Union under Stalin, I know that primary sources are very thin on the ground, so this is a fantastic one, very much the exception. The web-based source I want to talk to you about today is called the Harvard Project on the Soviet Social System Online, or simply HPSSS. I want to first tell you a bit about the resource, and then I want to show you how you can use it. So, what is HPSSS? HPSSS contains transcripts of interviews with over 700 Soviet citizens, interviews that were conducted in the aftermath of World War II. All of these interviews have been translated into English, so it's a fantastic resource for understanding what it was like to live in the Soviet Union under Stalin and what ordinary Soviet people thought of Stalin's regime. So how was the resource created? Well, during the Nazi occupation in World War II, many thousands of Soviet citizens were taken back to Germany out of the Soviet Union, essentially to work as slave labor. After the war, many found themselves in Allied zones of occupation. Some were repatriated, but others were allowed to stay. Now, at the beginning of the Cold War, when the Soviet Union was the new enemy, the Americans decided that it would be a good thing to learn more about the Soviet system and popular attitudes towards the regime by interviewing these exiles. The transcripts of the interviews, all translated into English, can be explored on the HPSSS website. So let's explore that now.
Because the URL of the site is a bit complicated, I find it's best to start with a search engine and to type in HPSSS, because that flashes up. The Harvard Project is the first item. And that takes you straight to the index page. And you'll notice here you've got more information about the collection and more information on how to work with the collection. So read these, because I'm only going to give you the most basic of the basics. Now, everything is keyword searchable, and here's where you type in your keywords. So if, for example, you're interested in popular attitudes towards high politics, you can type in here Communist Party or Central Committee or Politburo, but why not type in, let's start with Stalin. So if we type in Stalin, what we'll see is within the interviews, these 700 interviews, there are almost 3,000 references to Stalin. So this is part of the text here where the word Stalin appears. Each of these interviews is separate, so here we get an interview with a singer and laboratory assistant, or with an aviation mechanic, or a student sport director. So you can click on any one of these, and it takes you to the page where the word Stalin appeared. You can see it there. And this is page 57, it looks like. So this is a very long interview. And the word Stalin appears on page 57, but you can access any other page in the interview from there. So, if, for example, you're not interested in attitudes towards high politics, let's say your interest is in the Nazi invasion and popular responses to it, you can type in a word like Barbarossa or invasion or war or German. And for war, you get 5,000 items. Same applies, you get the gender, the age, the nationality, the occupation, and you get this short text that you can see where the word war appeared in the broader text. So there's a world of possibilities here. Let's say you're not interested in war or in popular attitudes towards politics. Let's say you're interested in political violence, you're interested in terror. I will often look with NKVD, the acronym for the political police. And you can see that that generates over 3,000 entries. Again, same principle. For political police, you can look up surveillance, you can look up denunciation. All of these produce lots of results. Maybe you're not interested in those either. You can type in crime if you're interested in crime and criminality. You can look at popular attitudes towards film and towards books. You can look at all sorts. Just type in words and see what shows up. It's a wonderful way to explore the life of the ordinary Soviet citizen in the 1930s. Enjoy it.